259 here. Ron, can you hear me in New Jersey? Over. Okay, you must have missed me when I first called you then. Sorry about that. We got you solid in there. Thank you very much. All right, Ron, appreciate the check-in for roll call. We're trying to keep this moving. I broke my own rule there by checking up with Jim. He was had to get some work done on an amplifier that I sold him last year, so I'm extra interested in how he makes out there. All right, next up, W1 Bravo Yankee. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And yeah, that's pretty good. That's a pretty good dragnet if only one fell through the cracks on that. Have a great day, Al. Appreciate that lifetime membership status. And Al got that by going to our website, ecars7255.com, ECARS7255.com. We do have lifetime memberships, and we have yearly memberships on there. And every nickel goes to support our grants and scholarships program, which, by the way, if you go to nj2us.net, you'll see the picture of a really cool beverage mug with the eCars logo on it. It's our legacy logo from the early 70s. You can grab one of those. It's a limited edition. These are just fundraising campaigns. You can just purchase the mug, and we make a couple bucks off of it, but we always encourage if you got a couple more dollars to throw our way to support our grants and scholarships program, you have the ability to tack on a couple extra dollars. It's totally up to you. That's a personal decision. Just wanted to point it out to you. eCars does depend on the contributions of our members and other people who donate. We do contribute almost, well, between $5,000 and $9,000 is what it's been averaging over the past several years that goes to our grants and scholarships program. But that's it. 99% of every dollar that comes into eCars goes to the grants and scholarships program. There's no other overhead. So thank you very much for everybody who takes the time to do that. If you just want the mug, just order the mug. It's a great mug. It's a cool mug. I have a couple here. A lot of guys have them. And put one on your shack. Limited edition with the eCars Legacy logo on it. And you can find that at nj2us.net. That's the closest thing to an advertisement you will ever hear or see on my website. You're here on 7255 again. Cars is a 501c3 charitable organization. Appreciate it. So clear with W1BY. Next up, W1 Echo Bravo Mike. Hello, Gary.
Hello. How big is your noise, brother?
Hey, you're Q5, Gary. Not one thing in the world is bothering your signal. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. Very good here. There's a lot of things. Gary, 100.
Okay, Gary, great. Thanks a lot for being there. Appreciate the check-in. Good 5.8 to 5.9 signal. No problem at all. Thanks so much for stopping by, and I hope everything's going okay for you up there. I know you've had some life challenges, and I think you've been tackling them quite well. So thank you very much, and good luck to you, my brother, and have a great day. He's 10016 on our lifetime roster. If you heard Gary, that's Brookline, New Hampshire, with a very nice signal despite the very poor band conditions. Break with W1 EBN. Next up is Whiskey 9 Bravo Lima.
Yeah, good morning, NJ2US, W9DL. This is Rob in Marengo, Illinois. 5 miles west of Chicago. And got a 2.5 signal on you to report. Very, very good signal, good audio. Appreciate what you do there. We are a new member this year. My number is 9117. And that's about it. I just want to say one thing. I do appreciate you and your wife and what you did for on the law enforcement there. See that on QRZ. We were also involved a little bit in law enforcement over the years. So you take care. Have a great one, and back to you there, NJ2US W9BL.
Rob, thank you so much for your kind comments. Yeah, I enjoyed a great career. My wife is still on the job with the State of New Jersey Division of Criminal Justice. She's a medical legal death investigator, and she speaks for those who cannot speak anymore, and she's worked many, many cases in her career. And she'll be able to retire in just a couple more years, so it's a career that she dearly loves and has dedicated to. So shout out to my YL, who is a medical legal death investigator, an ME. So it's a fascinating career. Thank you, Rob. Have a great day. Beautiful 5-9 signal, by the way, from Kingston, Illinois. And thank you very much for becoming a newly minted eCars member at member number 9117. Have a great day. Break with Rob. Next up, KW2Q. Roger, haven't heard you in a while. How are you, sir? Roger, that is probably in the history of me knowing you, which of course covers almost a decade, that's the weakest and lightest I've ever heard your signal from Warrensburg, New York. No fault of your own. The band is horrible and very long. But it is great to hear your voice. 20346 lifetime member. And let's see here. Then last time we chatted was some time ago, Roger. I hope everything's okay. It was July of 2025. Roger, I got to be careful here. This is roll call, and I'm falling back into regular net mode by extending these transmissions. And for that, I apologize. A lot of guys waiting to check in. Have a great day. We will catch up soon. Clear with KW2Q, NJ2US. Next up, local shot. Let's see how Bob sounds from Egg Harbor Township, KB2 Hotel Sierra Oscar, NJ2US. Good morning. Bob, I heard you just fine. About a 4x5, so probably not even ground waves. I just see a barely getting the signal up there hundreds of miles and back down again. But thank you so very much. 213036, good on our left. Being a lifetime member break with Bob in Egg Harbor Township, New Jersey. He's just a rock throw me to the north. Next on my list is Kilo Echo 2. Alpha Tango India. Steve, welcome aboard. First time in my log, but thank you for being a member. Go ahead. Transmitting, Jerry. Right, one more try for Steve. Kilo Echo 2 Alpha Tango India. Yes, sir. Calling you for roll call. Thanks for becoming a member. I got you at 21355. Any traffic? Alrighty, Steve, thank you so much for being there. Enjoy your Saturday, and thanks for hanging out on 7255 for the monthly eCars roll call break with KE2 Alpha Tango India. Whiskey 3, double or nothing. Don, how you doing? right, Chief. Good to hear you, brother, and thanks a lot for stopping by. Let me get a quick check from Dave up in Kennesaw. Dave, you copy, Jeff? Jeff, you hear Dave? Give him a quick call, Dave. Say hello to Jeff down there in Florida. Okay, thanks, fellas. Nicely done. Bit of a challenge today. Thanks, everybody, for giving a little extra listen up here in case we need to fill in some of these blanks. All right, Jeff, have a great day. Dave, thank you. Appreciate you standing by there. Let's go get W9 correction. I'm sorry, another Jeff. Let's stick with the Jeffs. Kilo 9, Juliet, Mike. Jeff, sounded good, man. Awesome audio. 9082 lifetime member. You're 5'9". Good path between you and I. Jerry, how well do you hear Jeff and Goshen? Okay, how about Kennesaw, Georgia? Dave, you hear Jeff? All right, thanks, fellas. Appreciate that. Next up, Jeff, have a great day. K1 Fox Radio, Charlie. Steve has some antenna issues up there. Let's see if he can transmit. I know you're listening on the live stream, Steve, but you want to try to make a transmission, you're on the list. K1 FRC, NJ2US. Okay, I think he's got some challenges up there. He hears a lot of signals on the live stream, but not on his local 7610. Good luck with that. All right, we'll clear with Steve. And that brings me to Bob, W1 Romeo Papa Golf.
Yeah, good morning, Jeff. NJ2US from Whiskey 1 Romeo Papa Golf in South Carolina. And the band seems broken this morning. Over.
It sure is, Pete. Thanks for stopping by. First time in my logbook, sir. I really appreciate that. Are you familiar with e-cars?
I'm a member of E-Cars, Whiskey 1, Romeo Papa Golf, 1873.
That is my mistake, and I apologize profusely. I fat-fingered your call in the logger, and I don't do that very often, so I'm always quick to tell you. You are correct. Bob, I apologize. 1873. Golden lifetime member. Hope you're doing okay.
Yeah, we're okay. We're having a beautiful day, but Monday we're going to have terrible weather here. I haven't checked in a long time, and wanted to see if I can say hello. So I won't hold it, and enjoy the day, Jeff. W1RPG.
Absolutely solid, Bob. Thank you very much. Thanks for mangling your call, and I appreciate your patience. And you're right, the last time we chatted goes back to November of 2025. Have a great day. Clear with W1 Romeo Papa Golf. All right, Beantown Ray, let's see what you sound like. The band is awful. I'm curious how you're going to be because you're one of my benchmark stations, KC1MR, NJ2US.
You're for 5-7-2-5-8, so band sounds in great shape. Go ahead.
I would concur. Although you're perfectly readable, Q5, I got you only about an S9 to maybe 5 dB over S9. So we're definitely blaming the blaming the band Ray, because normally you're a 15 to 20 dB over kind of guy. Have a great day, Ray. Thank you so much for stopping by and making roll call. That's KC1MR. Ray's near Boston, Massachusetts, and we're always honored to get him checking in here if we get to go through drive today. He's 1811 on the lifetime roster, clear with KC1MR. Next up, Larry, Kilo Bravo 8 Echo, Quebec, pulling from that logger, by the way. Go ahead, Larry. One-arm paper hanger. I got the beverages, and I'm relying on them to get the signals, and they're very discriminatory in direction. It's 25 to 25 dB front to back ratio as I switch between these beverages, and you're pretty strong on the west-facing beverage. So Thanks so much, Larry, for getting in there. Your signal report is officially 55 here in Cape May. Have a great day. Thank you for making it to roll clear with Kilo Bravo 8 Echo Quebec. If you could hear Larry, that's Leetonia, Ohio. He's a lifetime member, 8148. All right, that brings me next on the roll call checklist. We got a few more to go here. Then we will be definitely going out to the air again, but right now pulling from that logger brings up Jim, KA1MQ. You bet. We'll be there, Jim. Looking forward to it. Great to see you in previous years and looking forward to the next one. Well, we always have such a great time. 73, Jim. Appreciate it. Very light today. About a Q4 copy. You know, not missing any syllables, but definitely competing with the noise at sometimes with the QSP. Crazy, crazy band. That's my fellow director, fellow net controller, and net manager for the East Coast Amateur Radio Service. We're proud of what Jim contributes to the organization. Thank you so much, Jim. Break with KA1MQ, NJ2US. Let me see, Jim, while I got you, give a shout out to Don, Whiskey 3 Delta Oscar November CP. Here's your part of the country. Okay, very good. Let's see. Don's not hearing anything. Hopefully he's on the live stream, though. Don, if you're on the live stream, let us know if that's where you're listening, because nobody can reach you. All right, let's see here. Going down the list, just a few more to go there, then we'll go back to the air. Let's go to Steve, W1 Sierra Delta. Thanks, Jim. It's a broken band for sure. Steve, how about Steve, W1SD in Massachusetts? Any copy? Okay, I'm writing that one down. Weaker than hummingbird urine. That's a good one. I like that, Steve. I'm going to use that on somebody. All right, appreciate it. Hey, Steve, without going too far, thank you so much for your contribution and donation. And I am curious, did you get my email acknowledging that? Something did trip there, but believe it or not, I could still hear you. You went down to just above the noise floor, but I could still hear you Q5. Okay, well, listen, don't make any more transmissions. You want to figure out what happened to the antenna there. But thank you very much again, Steve, for that generous donation to eCars. After buying one of our fantastic beverage mugs, and that's, by the way, a campaign we contracted with a fundraising company in Virginia, in Richmond, Virginia, called Bonfire, and they're responsible for shipping them out. And I've been getting great reports about their service. So you can find the direct link to get that mug by going to my webpage, nj2us.net, or go to Bonfire directly and search for eCars. You can do that, or you can just click on the link on my webpage, nj2us, and get that cool-looking beverage mug. And again, all proceeds from that go to the East Coast Amateur Radio Service Scholarship Fund. And fellows like Steve stepped up and gave a little extra, and boy, oh boy, are we just so thankful for that. Steve, thanks a lot, and hope you get that SWR situation squared away. So let me break with Steve, W1SD, and go to Vin, KD1 Golf Alpha. Thanks, Jim. Very good. Let me get Vin in here, and then we'll go grab the relay.
But I'm still happy in a little bit turnover using these no problem. Enjoy that as always. Hopefully, they're hearing me.
Thanks, Vin. Good copy here, too. 2-5. I appreciate you being there. Thanks so much for that. And we'll hopefully this band will improve by later this afternoon. Not sure. It's just crazy. But thank you so much, Vin. KD1GA NJ2US. Let me pause the net for just a second here. Jim, if you heard somebody yell relay, or if you heard somebody, let me give you the opportunity to see if you can pull them out. KA1MQ NJ2US. Go ahead for the relay. And yep, Ron's a regular check-in actually, and I hear him at the noise floor. I see his lips moving pretty good, but we'd be pretty challenged if we had to exchange emergency information. It's that close. But Ron, thank you very much. At lifetime member 6008 in Fairfax, Virginia, which normally for me would be a very strong signal. But thank you for the check-in, Ron, and WA6YOU NJ2US. All right, let me keep moving this, and then we're gonna go over to our relay stations to try to sort out stations that net control is not hearing. So it's a good day to be monitoring here. These are fun conditions when you consider what we can do, the power of a service net, where we can just kind of mesh it all together. So let me see if I can hear Jack, Whiskey 1, Juliet Sierra. Okay, very good, Jack. Thank you so much. 10319, lifetime member. Appreciate you being there. We last chatted at the end of November of last year. So glad you're able to make it back here. Have a great day, Jack, and thanks for putting up with the challenging band conditions. I'm going to break with Jack, W1JS, and I'm going to ask all relay stations to stand by and listen for Kilo Bravo 3. We got Cherry NCGGN. I'm assuming you heard Rudy, so you got to give him a call. Excellent. Not hearing him at all here, skipping right over me here in Cape May, New Jersey. Pretty remarkable stuff when you think about it. But thank you, Jerry, for picking up Rudy. And I suspect maybe he heard me, or maybe he was just calling and asking for somebody to relay, which I suspect was the case. Thank you. N2ZGN had the relay for Rudy. So if you heard him, he's mobile somewhere down in the Baltimore, Maryland region, and would thank Rudy for being a lifetime member. 30844, clear with KB3KSP. N2ZGN with a very capable relay. Thank you, Jerry. Next up is Kilo India 4 Fox Sierra Zulu. Jeff? Anybody hearing Jeff? Jerry, try KI4 Fox Sierra Zulu. Exercise these relays and hopscotching check-ins to see if we can straighten his band out. Thanks so much, Jerry. W3 Papa Romeo Lima. Paul, how about you? Over. You working? All right, I have you, Paul. Give us a quick check-in. Okay, Paul, I got you. Thank you. New Kent, Pennsylvania, 30304. Jerry, could you hear Paul? Okay, great. Yeah, I hear him not too bad. He's about a 3x3. Well, that is bad, but, you know. At least I hear something. Thank you, Paul. W3 Papa Romeo Lima. He's 30304. On a very challenging second Saturday here on the month for the East Coast Amateur Radio Service roll call. But we're going to get through this because it's fun. And everybody gets to hear what they're hearing. By the way, we live stream at nj2us.net if you want to hear what it sounds like here. Next up, let's try Roger, W1 Foxtrot Sierra Yankee. Yeah, about 4x5, Roger, but good copy. If we had to exchange information for any purpose, it would go just fine. Over. Thank you for persevering. Appreciate it, Roger. Have a great day. W1FSY, NJ2US. All right, this is one more from NetLogger. Then we'll go back to on air. Jerry, KD8 Alpha Yankee Lima. Do you copy net control? November Juliet 2 uniforms here. Jerry, try Kilo Delta 8 Alpha Yankee Lima. Okay, he's not a member. Very good. He's about a 4x4 here. Thank you, Jerry. He's also a Jerry. Kilo Delta 8 Alpha Yankee Lima from November Juliet 2 uniforms here. Jerry, do you copy me? I understand. There's a couple people transmitting, fellas. I'm in communication with Kilo Delta 8 Alpha Yankee Lima. Jerry, yes, this is the East Coast Amateur Radio Service. We do not populate the worksheet. We simply watch the monitors to see who wants to check in. So you are not doing anything wrong. Net controller's already a one-arm paper hanging running another logger, and I can't go over to that one and type into the worksheet. If somebody ever wants to volunteer to do that. We monitor AIM, and we watch the View Monitors button, Jerry. Does that make sense? Thank you very much. If you want to learn more about e-cars, we're here every day from morning to afternoon, always on 7255. We've been here since 1968, Jerry. Would love to have you become a member. Go to our webpage, ecars7255.com. That's ECARS7255.com. Love to have you become a member, but thanks for checking in. These are very poor band conditions today. Normally, we would be hearing everybody just great. But today is a challenging band. Nothing wrong with your radio or antennas. Thank you for stopping by, and thanks for listening to my recruitment pitch. So Jerry's checking in as a non-member from Davison, Michigan. He is about a 4x5 here in Cape May, New Jersey. Break with KD8 Alpha Yankee Lima. And I grabbed him from NetLogger. He was a little confused as to why he doesn't see any other lines filled in on NetLogger. And for those of you that understand how NetLogger works, it does look a bit odd that I'm not filling in the worksheet. My apologies, fellas. I can't fill out two logs at the same time when I'm operating. So I'm going to go to on-air check-ins and see what this sounds like. This is going to be crucial for my relay stations. I got Dave down here in Kennesaw, Georgia, WA2SES, and Ron, I got you, Kilo Charlie 3 Foxtrot, Juliet Yankee. I'll put you into the rotation. And I also have Jerry, November 2, Zulu Golf November is up in Peru, New York. He's also going to be listening. So I'm going to put a call out for check-ins. Members preferred who are members of eCars, because this is our monthly roll call. But if you're not a member, I do invite you to try to check in, and we'll fit you into the rotation, and we appreciate everybody's cooperation here on 40 meters. So this is November Juliet 2 uniforms here. If you'd like to check into eCars roll call, your full call sign phonetically, say it one time only. I say again, your full call sign phonetically, say it one time only. November Juliet 2 uniforms here. Here's my sweep. That was a gigantic pile-up. Jerry, I hope you're scribbling down too, but reconcile with what I heard. I do have a Whiskey 8 Delta. Here's a Whiskey 3. That's a little vague. We might have trouble with that one. But I have a Hotel Alpha Bravo KC1 Bravo Juliet Golf. Jerry, keep your pen handy, and Dave as well. One more time. Full call signs phonetically one time for eCars roll call. Fellas, very good. Thanks a lot, fellas. It's a little bit challenging. When you say your call sign, just say it normal speaking speed. If you drag it out, you're just covering up other people. So in that, I got November Whiskey 8 Whiskey. The others, keep trying. All right, everybody stand by. eCars gives priority to mobiles under all circumstances. It's how we got our stock. November, Uniform 9, Romeo. Tom, go ahead.
Good morning. Major Tom Pinto from
Copy you, Q5 from Danville, Illinois, on a very challenging band. Dan, what are you hearing from your mobile? Sorry, Tom in Danville. What are you hearing? Okay, are you hearing any of the other stations? Understood. Thank you, Tom, for checking in. Appreciate it. And I don't see that you're a member, but you're always welcome to check in here. As a mobile, you always get priority. Mobile stations have priority on the East Coast Amateur Radio Service. It's how we got our start back in 1968. Thank you for stopping by. Monitor often. The service runs from 7:30 in the morning till 1:30 in the afternoon, Tom. safe travels, and I appreciate you stopping by. I have you previously as Kilo Golf 4 Delta Quebec Juliet back in the day, and you and I last chatted in November of 2024. 73 to you, appreciate it. The rest of the list, please stand by. Are there any other mobiles trying to check into e-cars? Mobiles? November 8, November, Mike Golf Mobile. Go ahead. Oh, John, you're good. Good copy here. Q5 up in Cape May County, South Jersey. My name is the East Coast Amateur Radio Service. Our monthly roll call. Are you familiar with e-cars? Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it. And, John, you previously from Dayton? Okay, very good. Thanks, John. 73 to you. Appreciate it. Safe driving, and we'll talk to you again soon from the mobile November 8, November Mike Golf. Was there another mobile? Mobiles only. The light 4. Any relays on the 4? Listening for just mobiles. Only mobiles. Okay, everybody stand by. N2ZGN, pick up the KO4 mobile. Okay, let's get Dave, WA2SES. Thanks, Jerry. Dave, WA2SES, pick up the 4 mobile. One more time for mobiles, fellas. Just mobiles. Only mobile stations, please. November Juliet 2, Uniform Sierra. All right, let's see here. That actually clears the list. All right, let me go up to Kilo Charlie 3, Foxtrot, Juliet Yankee. Go ahead, Ron. Anybody hearing FJY? Who's the Whiskey 8 Delta? Dave, West Virginia, your Q5. Thanks for checking in at 8446 on the roster. Moving quick here. Can't chat because it's a roll call, but thank you. Got you acknowledged and in the log. Hotel Alpha Bravo, your full call. Ron, thank you from Ontario. Good 5-9 signal. Appreciate you stopping by. Have you ever thought about joining e-cars? Okay, thanks, Ron. I appreciate that. You're Q5 down here into Cape May County, New Jersey. How about Jerry, N2ZGN? Any copy on Ron? Okay, how about you, Dave, WA2SES? Can you hear Ontario? Ron, you copy, Dave? Okay, thanks, Ron. Have a great day. Appreciate you stopping by. Thanks for the check-in, VE3HAB in Castleman, Ontario, NJ2US E-Cars roll call. Next up, Kilo Charlie 1, Bravo Juliet Golf, Joe 5-9. Here's what you sound like.
Way too much. Jeff, E-Cars, 10405.
Slamming a good signal down here in the Cape May, New Jersey, Joe. Appreciate you being there, brother. 10405, lifetime member. Thank you so much for that. November Whiskey 8 Whiskey. Ted, hey, great. Added the amplifier. Now all you need to do is add that eCars membership number. Check us out at eCars7255.com. Ted, I would love, since it's been a while since we chatted, actually goes back to December 2024, I would love to see your call sign on our eCars roster if you get a minute there. NJ2US.net is where the live streams are. For membership, go to ECARS7255.com, eCars7255.com. And we exploit the membership roll call hour for those that check in that aren't members. We reserve the right to recruit, Ted. So great to hear you. Have a great day. Yeah, here's the deal. So it's not a lifetime membership number, but it probably expired, Ted. So it's real simple to re-up. You'll keep that number if you go to the website and just re-up. Thank you, Ted. I appreciate that so much. It means a lot to eCars. Thank you. November Whiskey 8 Whiskey, November Juliet 2 uniforms here. All right, next up is, let's see here. No, we got the two mobiles. So that actually clears that. Let me go grab, that actually clears that. What I'm going to do here real quick again is call for mobiles. Any mobile check-ins, mobiles for eCars, November Juliet 2 uniforms here. Very quick call for mobiles. WA2 Sierra Echo Sierra Dave from Kennesaw, Georgia. Would you call for mobiles? A1M2, Jim, can you shout out for mobiles? Jim, appreciate that. And let's see, WA2SES, try one more time for Whiskey 3 Delta Oscar November. N2ZGN, one time for Don. And that was Whiskey 3 Delta Oscar November.
Anyway, you know, my preamps on here, and I heard that Whiskey Alpha 2 station, that was about it. So I don't know how you're copying me, but I don't hear Don on there, but band seems to be quite long. I just got done working the station on South Cars. He wasn't real strong, but he copied me. N2ZGN from K386.
Well, he was down in the noise. I have no short skip at all. I wouldn't hear. I see his lips moving, and he was saying something about solar flares and whatnot, but we chewed up a lot of time on that one. Bob, thanks for being there. He probably can't hear me. He never hears me. Thanks, Jerry. Appreciate it. One last call for Kilo Fox 8 Echo Kilo Kilo from NJ2US E-Cars. Roll call, over. Anybody have any final traffic, any emergency traffic, or anybody need to get something in here? NJ2US. Go ahead, Jerry. Terry. I had you like the first time around, brother, on the very first call up. 73. Thanks, Terry. E3NEJ. NJ2US. All right, that's going to do it. What a challenging band. I want to thank everybody who relayed, and of course anybody else that was listening and was ready to hit the key if you needed to transmit. I know there was a few of you out there that were ready to go. So N2ZGN, thank you. WA2SES, K1MQ, and Jeff down there in Florida, N8EMA, everybody pulling together on a very poor band today. If we had to pull off emergency communications, we would have been very successful with just a few challenges, and can't expect more from HF propagation in conditions like this. So thank you very much, everybody, for attempting to make a roll call. I know a lot of you couldn't get in. Very challenging band. Trust me, it's not your antenna, not your radio, not your power. 40 meters is officially broke, and it'll improve. You just got to stick around. It's like the weather. All right, that's going to do it for E-Cars. Again, don't forget our beverage mug campaign for E-Cars with the Legacy E-Cars logo on it. You can find that. The quickest way to get it is on my website, nj2us.net. Again, I don't get a nickel from that. Every single penny goes to the East Coast Amateur Radio Service Grants and Scholarships Program. We are a 501c3. Donations appreciated. Keep us alive. And we love that everybody finds time to check in here. And even if you're just a shortwave listener or you're monitoring and couldn't check in, thank you for spending a little bit of time with us here. We'll see you again on the second Saturday of each month for the East Coast Amateur Radio Service roll call. However, all other hours between 7:30 and 1:30 p.m. every day, 365. You can check in the E-Cars. We do rotate our net controllers hourly. You're going to find somebody you like. Speaking of somebody you like, how about WA3GIN NJ2US?
Hey, good morning, Jeff. And starting to come back.
Wow, yeah, this is like typical sunspot minimum band conditions between here and you, Dave. It's time for the antenna switch to see if it makes a difference. I suspect it will. Stand by. This is the Super Loop. And here is the infed. What's that?
Oh, the infed's down.
Infed is down. Okay, hold on. Let me go back to the loop. All right, here we are back on the loop. The loop is up over the infed?
Yeah, and that's just an audio effect because the signal strength is, both are in the noise, but it's an audio effect.
Yeah, fascinating. Wow, another one for our logbooks in terms of our perpetual antenna testing here. Very, very fascinating. You are also stronger on receive here on the loop as opposed to the NFED. Now, I physically inspected these antennas before the net this morning, and everything is A-OK. They load up just fine. The SWRs are at their nominal level, so I don't have a physical problem. It is strictly the band, Dave. Thanks a lot, and good luck. I won't hold it. Very poor conditions on short skip. WA3GIN NJ2US out.
Yeah, it certainly is. And you know, I did some switching around here. There is a sweet